So I think I've gotten the counters where I like them. Liv's over there watching some Cat in the Hat. Yep, the oil diffuser she's talking about. I put all of our fruit except our bananas in the fridge. So I've got some bananas and some like baked goods type of things in that basket right there. I might get a prettier basket to put there. I just don't like the stuff kind of scattered on the counter, so I want it kind of contained in there. And then I've got Bella's treats and the oil diffuser there. I've been kind of aiming it outward so that it goes into the room. This still needs to be washed, so I'm going to wash that and put that away. And then over here I just have the KitchenAid and her wipes. Her kitchen helper sits over there when we're not using it as well. And then on this side, I've got our meal plan and grocery list. I just picked up this easel at Michael's a long time ago. And then our avocado oil I just leave out because I think the bottle's pretty. And then ignore that room. We're still working on that room. But here's my little coffee tea station. I've been having a lot of hot tea lately. It's been getting colder in the evening, so I've been having hot tea a lot more recently. So that's been nice. And I think that's all I'm going to keep on the counters. I really like having less stuff on the counters. We just finished up lunch, so I was working on cleaning up there, so I decided to go ahead and organize this a little bit. I have been leaving the toaster out, but we don't use the toaster every day, so I just hate having it sitting out. And I did the same thing I did last time. I just put it in a cabinet, so it's up there. I had her bowls down here, and it was a lot of extra space, so I just stuck her bowls up there, stuffed the toaster in the cabinet, and got it off the counter. I love that they already had this under the cabinet mount for the paper towels. Keeps that off the counter too. All in all, I think it's coming together slowly but surely. I'm working on, you know, little organizing tasks here and there. I did work on the laundry room. Here's my little bag of returns I need to get rid of. So I worked on the laundry room a tiny bit, not too much. I do want to get a little shelf unit here, maybe a Kallax unit for shoes and storing stuff like my purse. And so I've got lots of room up there, but I can't really reach that area easily. We do have these on pedestals, so it's really hard for me to actually access up there. So I've been using up on top of the machines to store things. So I've got a sweater in here, Olivia's socks, so we can easily grab those. She doesn't generally wear socks in the house, so I like to have them right next to the shoes. And then extra shoes in here that we're not really using. I've got 2 pairs of flip-flops. I don't need both of them out over here. And then the actual laundry soap we're using right now, he left this, so I'm just using it up. And then all sorts of laundry stuff, stain removers, extra dryer sheets, even though we use the wool balls, he left that too. Bleach, and back there I have some power packs. I just left the door open and put dirty clothes in there as we go. We do have hampers upstairs and down, but I put like kitchen towels in there, and Johnny will throw his clothes in there every once in a while. And then there's the dryer. We've got to get the mover back out here to remove that and a couple of other things that we want to get removed. And then I'll set this room back up. Right now it's just a disaster play zone, but she still comes in here and has a lot of fun even though it's crowded. I did end up touching up the paint because we won't paint in here a while. And so you can still kind of see the shadow outline of where the little gray boxes were. I also touched up a couple of scuff marks that were on the walls here and there. And so that's all cleaned up. So I ended up getting 2 of these like copycat Kallax units from Target. I want to get IKEA ones, but these ones happen to be on sale, so they were a tiny bit cheaper, and I thought I would give them a try. You can get shelves to like divide the shelves into 2 little sections, which I thought was really cool. And so I had an idea for specifically for one of these. They happen to be on sale, and I had somebody help me get these. And this is going to be a mini review of these Threshold 8 cube organizers. I'm assuming all of their cube organizers are going to have the same flaws and troubles that this one did. I will be returning one and keeping the one I already built because I'm not taking it apart and taking it back. But somebody had helped me get them, and I did not realize that they had gotten me one that's already messed up. So I was going to be returning and swapping this one out anyway because I didn't want the broken one. You know, I paid too much money to have a broken one. This did not come together easily. Actually, it took a lot of effort. They are pretty solid, although they are a little bit wobbly. The IKEA ones are totally solid. You don't get any of that little wobble. So I think over time this will probably get flimsier. That's the hole for the little drawer divider thingies. So all in all, it was a pain in the rear to put together, and all of it's really just cheaply made. You can see here, it looks cheap. It is cheap, and they didn't try to hide it. It's just all of the pieces on here just look already beat up because they're just really, really poor quality. And putting it together, all the pieces were flopping around. Here's another like area that's really not well done. And that was one of the bigger ones. Like, they didn't even try to hide how crummy of quality this is. And I'm really surprised. The last 2 Target furniture pieces we've gotten have been absolute crap. And one of the legs on this was nasty. It had some little dings here and there, and the backer piece was so hard to get on. It actually broke into 2 pieces, and then later we were able to attach it. So the backer was a problem. It doesn't wobble like it used to wobble, thankfully. But we picked up this at Target in 2006, and it's still like solid and lovely. And it's got scratches because we wore it out, but it is heavy duty. It's moved with us like 4 or 5 different times, and it's just like a solid heavy duty thing. And that's the kind of quality I have expected from Target based on my quality with this one. And the other furniture has just been total crap, like I said. So I'm not pleased with the shelf, and had I not taken all the time to just put it together, I would totally have returned this one. I will be returning that one and not repurchasing, and I will be sticking with IKEA from now on for cube shelves. Like, look at this. This is just not nice. None of this is nice. And I've never had that problem with IKEA furniture. I was really disappointed. I wanted to include this to hopefully save you guys some trouble. So here's the shelf. I ended up getting 2 of the shelves. So I'm guessing that you could probably attach this into a Kallax unit. I'm not sure if they're the exact dimensions or not, but that's what it looks like. It's a little bit recessed. The other thing is, I have definitely heard this over and over again, that you can get the little boxes for these, and they actually fit in the IKEA. I also ended up getting 2 of their little box things, and I know these will fit in the Kallax units as well. So you can just buy the accessories and use them in the Kallax unit, but I won't be repurchasing this threshold shelf. I think it's just not good. And here is shelf number 1 set up. I went ahead and hung some 3M hooks for our keys. I can put my bag up here. These 5 are still to be determined. I've got shoes down there, and then I've got just the regular same stuff up here. So we have officially owned the house for 3 weeks, and the movers are coming back today to take the couch. They should be here within the hour, which is great. I went ahead and moved all of her stuff over so that they could get the couch out. And they are also taking the old fridge from the garage. We decided to take it out. At some point we may get an upright freezer or a chest freezer, but the one out there just didn't have very much fridge space, so we are just getting rid of it. But other than that, there's not been a whole lot of progress. I still need to remove these. Liv's having quiet time right now. Okay, I've got a couple of updates for you guys today. We have started to set up this office space. So we just started getting this area set up. Before we get the drums out, I'm gonna vacuum this rug really well. It was rolled up so tightly that I set all of his computer books out to flatten it a little bit before I work on vacuuming in, and then he'll get his drums set up. So the closet is still a mess. I've gotten in here to do some painting. I've got just painting supplies in the bottom there. And a lot of this stuff is his office man cave type of stuff. We've got our Christmas Legos up there. For Christmas each year we get a big Lego kit and put it together on Christmas Eve, and it's just a fun thing that Johnny and I do together, and we hope to include Olivia in that when she's old enough. But those Legos are teeny tiny Legos. And then we had this in a closet when we were in Champaign. It's got all our winter gear and our dog leashes and stuff in it, and we really don't need a whole lot of winter gear in Texas, so some of that has to just be purged and then organized again. And then here is the desk area. So over here, I don't know what he put up on the top here. Oh, I put the rug pads containers there. I need to throw those away, obviously. And then that was all his computer books, but now they're, all over the floor. And then he's got some computer tinkering stuff in there. If you guys are computer nerds, you might know what some of these things are. I have no idea what any of these are. So we still have to hook up the desktop and get it all set up. So all the cords and stuff are just here, kind of in the right place. We've got printer paper down there and shipping labels down there. I'll probably put my little shipping printer in here so that I can print labels for my scrapbook channel giveaways and stuff. I do giveaways over there from time to time. So if you're a scrapbooker, check that channel out. It's always linked down below. And in here we just have DVDs. We don't have all that many. We haven't been buying DVDs in a really long time, except Disney DVDs for Olivia. So they're just kind of stored in there. We hardly ever use those. In the desk, there's just office supplies. We've got the printer, which is already hooked up. In this room, I've mentioned before, the wiring in this house is awesome. So it's just hooked up to the home network, so we can actually print wirelessly. My elliptical is in here for now. So I wanted to show you guys our little Halloween mantle that we've got going on here. I'm working on putting the Halloween supplies away today, so I'll leave out some of the pumpkin things, but not the, jack-o'-lantern things. So I really do not like this mantle at all, but it actually looks okay with the orange and the pumpkins. It is really rustic. I got the turkey out because of Thanksgiving. He's getting out of the box where everything else is going back in the box. Olivia and I made this little garland. These little pumpkins actually came in a kit with the faces and the little stem parts, and so she put all of these together. I think they are super duper cute, so I made a little garland out of them because I didn't know what to do. There were 12 of them and they were just so cute, so we made the little garland together. And then up here we ended up going to a Halloween party and the kids made those, so we ended up keeping those as well. So, all the Halloween stuff will go. Our little calendar stays up here, and these stones actually are from the other house. They were going to be discarded, and we ended up picking them up because I thought they would be pretty on our mantle inside the new house, since they, matched the outside. And now they are our last mementos of the burned down, demolished house. And so I still love them. I still think they're beautiful, and I wanted to keep them, even though we don't live in the house that we had planned on putting them in. But they worked really good actually holding up the garland. So they will stay on the mantle, and probably we'll be changing this into a much different style of mantle over time, and then it'll actually match them. It's still kind of the inspiration for, they represent the dream home. They're kind of my inspiration for how we're going to put this house together and make it our dream home. So Olivia's playroom is currently a disaster. She's been in here playing a bunch, and we didn't clean up before she had quiet time. But I wanted to show you guys the art wall that we have started. I just used 3M hooks up at the top. I don't know what style of these are. They're just mini hooks and they're metallic. I liked these ones because they had the little space in between them that I could loop the ribbon through. So my husband actually helped me to get this hung up because I wanted it to be measured out precisely. We had a height, I think of like 64 inches, something like that. And then we put a dot where that end one is and where that end one is, and then measured the distance between the two dots, divided it by 3, and then put the tape measure from there to there, and then marked off the 2 middle ones. So they are equidistant. And so I just got some clothespins and started hanging up her artwork, and she absolutely loves it. I think it really completes the space, since this is just Olivia's fun little play area. I also like that this is totally removable. When she outgrows this, we can just take it down, and we didn't damage the walls at all. We don't have to do any kind of wall repairs. I plan on putting something above it, Olivia's art or, something like that. So I am super excited about this next thing. The washer that was here when we moved in had a leak on, like, this is a water spout. It had a water spout over here and it leaked, and I was looking for an appliance repair shop, and I came across a website that does repairs here, and they said if your washer is 12 years or older, go ahead and replace it, because it's just going to be a continuous, it's going to break down type of deal. And if it's 12 years or newer, go ahead and give them a call. And so I looked up based on the serial number and the model number, and the washing machine was 12 and a half years old. So we replaced it, and I'm super duper excited. This is the washing machine that I wanted to get when we had thought we were going to, be purchasing the new build, and then also when we thought we were purchasing the house that we put an offer in, and it ended up falling through before we got this house. So house number 1 and number 2, we were going to get this washing machine. And then this house came with a washer and dryer set, so I couldn't get it. And when the other one broke down, I was super duper excited because I got to get my washing machine. This is the LG with steam washing machine, obviously front loading. And I also got the LG Sidekick, which is the mini washing machine, which is awesome. I just loved it. This is my second week of doing the laundry, and I just absolutely love it. I've got to run one more load in the dryer. It's the Samsung with steam dryer. There were things I didn't like about the other washing machine. It was a front loader. That particular model especially didn't have this gap, and so things would get stuck inside. I'd have to like pull the rubber piece apart and pull out like clothes that got stuck, socks and things. And so this one's just so much better, and I might sound a little bit funny because I'm still getting over being sick, but I just love it so much. So I have been doing 4 loads all together, a big load and a mini load at the same time, so they can run at the same time, and then I dry them all together. And so it's really like doing 2 loads of clothes, but I can separate out my cleaning rags, and I can separate out Johnny's white shirts, and you know, any kind of midweek thing. You know, with a toddler, you never know what's going to happen, so it's nice to have the mini washer. I can just throw in a couple of dirty things at a time. It's been so nice. I'm thinking in the future, if we have future children, it's perfect for a load of baby clothes, and so I just love it so much. So I just wanted to share with you guys because it's our latest purchase. And so as far as purchases, so long as everything goes smoothly, our next purchase is going to be a bed. So I'm still looking for the right one. We may end up just getting the mattresses so that we can make our queen bed the guest bed and find a bed frame whenever we find it. I'm still just on the hunt for that. And a little side note, the shelf that was in there is just sitting here for right now. I just haven't moved it back. I did end up getting one more of the cubes to go in it, so my purse sits there, shoes on the bottom, and I already went ahead and filled these, so I've got socks in here. I need to still wash these socks that I have for her, and then extra shoes in there, and yeah, extra shoes in there as well. So the shoes are kind of hidden away except the ones we're using at the time, so that it looks cleaner, but I need to move it back in there. I just been sick and lazy, so I haven't done it yet.